Hello, online crew. I'm not normally live today, but if you caught my message yesterday, I said I was going live today instead of tomorrow because my son's having a surgery tomorrow. So mum duties tomorrow. So I'm going live today to share with you 5 things that you really want to hone in on social media if you're posting, but you're not getting much traction. So you think you're doing all the things, you're posting on social media, but you're not getting much love, you're not getting much engagement, you just feel like you're kind of missing some things, then I would encourage you to listen to these 5 things that I'm going to share with you in this video. And you can just kind of do a little mental check. Yes, I'm doing that, or no, I'm not doing that, or maybe I need to up this because I'm not doing enough of that. So just do a little bit of a check-in with these 5 things that I'm going to share with you in this video. Okay. So thank you for joining me today. There is, if you're watching from the US and Canada, we have had that time zone change. So hopefully you found this video or you're catching the replay if the time doesn't sort of work for you, much anymore. It is what is, and we have a global audience here. Just a reminder also, coaching community members, tomorrow I am giving you guys a training on how to handle objections with ease. So no matter what anybody throws at you, you've got a strategy, you've got a process, and you've got a formula to handle any objection with ease. So coaching community members, even though I'm not going live publicly, I'm still doing the coaching community training tomorrow. So catch that. Okay. So can you see me, hear me? Okay. Hello, Sean. Thank you for saying hello. Those guys on Instagram, lovely to see you guys as well. So let's run through these 5 things that you want to check in with. If you're posting, you're doing all the right things, but you're just not getting enough traction. So first thing is, are you building trust? First thing is trust. Are you building trust with your audience on social media? Trust is the new currency in 2025, moving into 2026. Trust is the new currency on social media. If you don't have trust, if your audience don't trust you, they aren't buying anything from you. They're probably not even engaging with you. They're just looking back and lurking and having a little squeeze at what you're doing. But if you're not building trust, you're going to be left behind. Okay. Now, how you build trust comes from all the other things that I'm about to share with you. Okay. We build trust in a variety of ways. So the other 4 things that I'm going to mention to you out of these 5 is kind of how you build that trust. Okay. But your number one goal, the number one currency on social media today is to build trust with your audience. And you can't achieve that trust unless you're doing these other 4 things. Okay. So the second thing that you want to check in with yourself is, how good are you at sharing your story? Your story. And even if you don't think you have a story, you have a story. Dig a little bit deeper. Why are you doing what you're doing? What's the reason that you are selling what you're selling? Not that you want to concentrate on the selling piece, but what's your story? Like, people connect with at the end of the day, we're in a relationship business here, right? So you've got to connect with more people on that level. Like, people have got to connect with you. And stories do that. Words, sentences, paragraphs, just information about ingredients and things, all of those kind of things, that's just information. What connects with people on a deeper level is the story behind why you're doing what you're doing. Why are you helping people with what you're helping people with? What's your story? Are you sharing that enough? You should be sharing it all the time. You might have shared your story a number of times, but are you sharing it enough? So share your story more, and your genuine, authentic story is what sets you apart from others, and it does build trust. When you've got your own story, that definitely builds trust. Okay, so number 1 is the trust. Number 2 is your story. Are you sharing it enough, or do you need to share it a little bit more? Like, put a number 1 in the comments if you think you probably need to share your story, the reason why you're doing what you're doing. Or have you got a product story? Have you got a health story? Have you got a business story? Have you got something, I know I don't share my story enough in business regarding coming from corporate. I know I don't share that enough. Like some of you may know that, but a lot of you may not know. Like my whole background is in the corporate world. I did accounting, then a Bachelor of Business, majoring in marketing. Then I went and did law. I was a general manager in the corporate world. And here I am teaching social media. Like, how does that even equate? But I earn more money now online than I did in corporate. Like, who would have figured? Like, I don't share that story enough. And the reason why I came to be doing what I'm doing, like, share your story more, because that's what makes you more relatable. That's what makes people believe that they can do what you do. Like, where did you come from? What were you struggling with? Okay, so think about that a little bit deeper, like the story, and your story, like, your story grows over time, but it's the emotion that really hooks people in. Just talking about the things, the information about what you do, that's boring. Like, no one really cares. When you share a little bit more of a story, everything is a story. Think about why you watch TV programs. They're like, there's a storyline to it. Why do you go to the movies? There's a storyline to a movie. And if it doesn't have a good storyline, it's pretty boring, isn't it? Ever seen a movie and thought that was a shit movie? I don't even understand the storyline. Like, good stories are remembered. Okay, so the story. The third thing that people are looking for more of these days, and you need this to build your credibility a little bit, is the value and the education. So what is it that you're showing up online doing? Like, are you sharing a business opportunity, or are you sharing products? Maybe you're doing a bit of both, depending on what platform you're in. But amongst the content that you're sharing around those things, what are you sharing that's actually helpful and valuable and educating people around? Like, we just did a team training this week. No, it was last week, talking about some things to do with our products and like ingredients in products. And I haven't posted it yet. I recorded a video last night that I'm going to post on TikTok tonight. If you follow me on TikTok, watch for my video tonight regarding an ingredient that you should stay away from with some of your products. Anyway, I'm digressing. But value. What value are you sharing? Or are you just showing up and, selling or talking a lot about ingredients, or a lot like about your business? Like, what gives you credibility for people to listen to you? Why would people hang around and continue to listen to you? What are you sharing that's valuable, helpful, rather than just pointing out the obvious and saying, are you struggling with this? I've got a solution. You should get this. Like, go deeper. Share some valuable information with people, like I do here all the time. Man, the amount of free training that I share on like my business page, my group, Instagram, going live, my free group in Facebook, I share a shitload of training for free. But what does that help me do? It helps me to grow an audience. It helps me get people come back and listen to me because it's helpful. So how are you being helpful? Really think about that. How are you being helpful for your audience? So if you sell some products, like, what are you sharing that's helpful information around those products? Or if you're sharing just more about a business opportunity, what are you sharing that's helpful? Not just a story, but what's helpful? Why do you think I share sort of tips like this? Because it's helpful to you. So really think about that one. Maybe you're missing a little bit of value. Maybe you're missing a little bit of a teaching moment to give you a little bit more credibility. You want people coming back and listening to you, but what's the reason? What reason are you giving people to come back and listen to you? There's got to be a reason. You've got to be helpful and valuable and give good tips. Okay, so have a think about that. Maybe that's a missing piece for you. Okay. The fourth one, maybe you're not showing enough of this one. Results. People will start listening when you share more results. Now, if you're one of those people and you've just gone straight in your mindset, well, I don't have results, or my results aren't big enough, or I don't have as much as a transformation as other people, I don't have a weight loss journey, or I haven't rank advanced 1 million times, or I don't make a lot of money in my business, or I've never recruited anybody online. Like, you've just gone straight into, well, I don't really have any results. borrow somebody else's and showcase other people's results until you get your own while you're growing your own. Results speak volumes. But do it in a way that's really interesting and share people's stories around their results. Not just, I mean, yes, in this industry, we do share a lot of before and afters, and they can be super powerful. But what's the story behind the result? So if you marry a result with a story, that's even more powerful than the result itself or the story itself. That's like a double whammy. Okay, so have a think about that. Are you sharing enough results to get people to trust you with what you're sharing? People need to see results from other people other than you, because you're kind of like, you know, the parent on social media where, you know, in real life, you're a parent, you say something to your kid and they don't listen. And yet their teacher or a footy coach or a netball coach or someone says it and they said exactly the same thing, but hey, now they're listening. Sometimes people need to see it from somebody else other than you. So you might be really good at showing up and sharing content and giving valuable information and attracting people to you, but you're the only one doing the talking. Bring in more results into your content. Have you got other people like business partners that have got a result in their business, or they've rank advanced, or you can showcase a team member or a sideline? It doesn't always have to be a downline. Maybe you don't even have a downline. Maybe you've got uplines, sidelines that are doing great things. Showcase them and share their story. Okay, so maybe you need to bring in a little bit more results and sharing other people's results if you don't have your own. Okay, the fifth one, and this is a huge one for building number one, which is the trust. How consistent are you on socials? But not only how consistent are you at showing up? I mean, everybody can show up, but you could show up every day and share crap content. How consistent are you at sharing your story, sharing the results, sharing how you help people, sharing the value, the education, the tips? How consistent are you at those things? So it's not just showing up. Anybody could show up on social media, but how consistent are you sharing, you know, content for who you help and what you help them with? There are some people's social media that I scan it and it's like, man, if you're in a health and wellness company, or you're in a travel company, or if you're in a finance company, or if you're in a skincare company, I would have no idea. Like, I've just scrolled past your 6 posts and I've got no idea that you're in a company, you know, helping people with anything, because there's no posts about it. Or if you're in an online business and maybe you focus on products, but you really want to attract team members. Like, you want to build a business, that's a goal of yours, but all you ever do is share a product and then you complain about not recruiting team members. Do you have any consistency in talking about building a business online? Or how excited you are to work with the amazing leaders that you do, upline, crossline, sideline. Like, if you're in a company that's surrounded by amazing leaders, shout that from the rooftops. Like, be proud of what you do and grow a little bit more posture. Wrapped up in all those things that I've just shared with you is probably posture. If you're a little bit mousy and you kind of every now and again put a post out about a product and it just took everything for you to post that, and every now and again you talk about the business, like you're a little bit mousy, grow some, you know what? And I say that, you know, with love, because if you want to stand out from the crowd and you want results in your business, you want more customers, you want more teammates, you have to have posture. You have to have belief in this industry. You have to have belief in your company. You have to have belief in your leaders. And if you have that belief, but you're not sharing it consistently, that is going to let you down with getting traction and engagement on social media. And if you don't have it, then kind of evaluate what you need to do. Do you need to go and work with leaders that are going to encourage you and inspire you? One of the best things I did, like, I'm more passionate about, obviously I teach and train you guys here, lots of things, but I'm in the industry with you. Like, I'm building with you. I'm in the industry building like my business every day. I'm more passionate now about building in the industry than I've ever been. And the reason for that is because I had the guts 12 months ago to shift companies, which was pretty ballsy from me at the time, because I walked away from a 40 grand bonus check to do that. But the main reason for it is, like, honestly, a lot of companies have amazing products. And a lot of companies have pretty good comp plans, or, okay comp plans. But if you don't work with the right leaders and the right team, where's your motivation and your inspiration and your empowerment coming from? Like, I'm inspired. Like, I've watched a recording of a team call that happens in US. I'm sleeping when that happens, but I've just watched the recording of a team call and I'm all fired up. And that's why I joined the company that I did, because I love being fired up by my leaders. I love being inspired. Being inspired motivates me to talk about my business more, to build more online, to showcase my products, to showcase my business. Like, you've got to be inspired. Are you being inspired by the people that you work with? If you're not being led, you don't have good training, you don't believe in what you're doing, you've got a lack of confidence, that might really be letting you down on your socials. You still might be showing up and posting, but if you're lacking belief and you're lacking posture, it's going to show. So do whatever you need to do in your company, in your world, to build that belief and build that posture, and surround yourself with people that are going to help you be more consistent. The people that I surround myself with help me be more consistent, because they inspire me to post more. They inspire me to, grow my network more, all those kind of things. Does that make sense? Just drop a number 2 if I'm making sense. You've got to be surrounding yourself with people that you can borrow their belief and like, you listen to yesterday's video when I talked about confidence. You might need a little bit more confidence in what you're doing. And so listen to yesterday's video where I talked about confidence, because you might need to borrow the confidence of some of your leaders and sidelines before you get confidence yourself. But the only way you build confidence is by taking action, and the action is what creates the consistency, which is what creates the trust that I've talked about. So the 5 things, just to recap: if you are posting on social media and not getting much traction, check in, and don't just do a 2-minute check. Oh yeah, those 5 things. Like, really think about: 1, trust; 2, your story; 3, value and education. How are you being helpful to your audience? How are you giving tips and things that somebody's like, oh, that's really interesting. I didn't know that. I learned that from Helen. I'll come back and listen to her again, maybe, because that was helpful. The more valuable you become on social media, the more money you will make. Guarantee it. The more valuable you become, not just posting about your business opportunity or your products. That's not valuable to anybody. You need to become valuable on social media these days. Okay, so think about that one. That was number 3, value education. 4, maybe showing more results. If you don't have your own, showcase other people's results. Just do it more often, and do all of that really consistently. You want people to go to your socials and know what you do. So who you help and what problems you solve. Like, they do a little bit of a scan and, oh, okay, like, she helps women in menopause kind of lose belly fat. Okay. And she's also, obviously she's building online, whatever, or he does this, or, whatever. Like, you want people to know what you do and share it all the time. Times have changed on social media. There's no longer the click and buy. We have to work a little bit harder for our results. Are you seeing that? Drop a number 3 if you're seeing that, if you've been in the industry for a while, that you're having to work a little bit harder these days on social media than what you did 6 months ago, 12 months ago, definitely 2 years ago. Like, even on TikTok, I would talk about something and I would just make automated sales. It was beautiful. Man, do I have to work hard for my sales these days? So even leaders and all the top leaders that I was networking in the incentive trip that I've just been on in Cabo, Mexico, top leaders that are earning shitloads of money, they are having to work hard for their sales. So don't complain if you're not doing those 5 things. Check in. Like, you just have to be more consistent and work harder at those 5 things to get results. Okay? Thank you for your interaction there and your honesty with your 1s and your 2s and your 3s over here on Facebook and, on Instagram here as well. So was this helpful? Like, do you think you can check in with those 5 things and just work out where you can up your game a little bit? And I promise you, if you give those 5 things a little bit more attention and strategize and be a little bit more intentional with what you do on social media, you'll get better results. Okay? Success just doesn't happen by winging it. If you're winging it, you're a little bit of a post and pray person. You post last minute, like, there's no strategy, there's no intention to what you're doing. you're going to get left behind. We're not in that world anymore. You need consistency, you need intention, you need strategy, you need thought, and definitely at a minimum thought to each one of those 5 things that I've mentioned in this video. And awesome, Sean. If you're watching on Facebook, that'll be on my business page, because I actually can't see the comments from my group when I'm live this way. Sean's just put a summary of everything that I shared in the comments section on my Facebook business page. Well done, Sean. I know that's going to be valuable to others. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. And I'm live today instead of tomorrow because my son's having surgery tomorrow, so I won't be live. But coaching community members, I'm still doing the training for you before we leave. So I will catch you guys next week. And I really hope that you take these 5 things seriously and implement them. And I am sure that you'll get better results on social media if you do. Okay, see you on the next live. Bye.